so yesterday we talked about slope, okay? And today we're going to talk about equations of lines. And then, well, not tomorrow, I won't be here tomorrow, but Thursday we'll kind of put it all together and talk about how to come up with the equation of lines parallel or perpendicular to another. So we're just kind of putting it all together. It's stuff that you guys covered last year, so it should be review, but it's quite a lot of information to put into one lesson, so kind of spread it out. So we're talking about equations of lines, and there's really three different forms that you deal with when you talk about equations of lines. One of them is the standard form. And the standard form for the equation of a line is ax plus by equals c. Basically, your x plus your y equals your constant. As you go on into Algebra 2, you'll have the standard equation for a circle and a parabola and an ellipse and a hyperbola. Okay? But this is the one for a line. You have an x plus a y equal to a constant. Now, one that you're probably more familiar with is the slope-intercept form. And that's y equals mx plus b. For the number in front of the x, they call it m. Okay, that's your slope. And then the constant, once by itself, is a y-intercept. What is a y-intercept? Where it crosses over the y-axis, right? Okay. So, if you have the equation y equals 3x plus 8, what's the slope? 3. And what's the y-intercept? 8. Okay, so if you graphed it, you would go from the origin. What do you graph first? Y-intercept. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the slope is 3, but it's a fraction, so it's 3 over 1. So you can either go up 3 and to the right one, but that would take us off the graph. So what's my other option? Down 3 and to the left one. You go negative in both directions, which is impossible. My line's not very straight, but I think you get the idea. Okay, so that is slope-intercept form. So here's a really simple question. What's the equation in slope-intercept form of a line with a slope of -4 and a y-intercept of 1? So basically that means that my m is -4 and my b is a positive 1. So what would that look like? Y equals -4x plus 1. Good. Okay. Alright, so that's super easy. But I won't always give them to you that easy. Okay? I might give you 2 points where you have to find the slope. I might give you a point in the slope. Okay? So we're going to talk about what you do in that situation. So here's another form. This is called the point-slope form. And some teachers teach this. Not everybody does. I think pretty much the 8th graders did, and probably the ones here in this building did also. If you came from another school, they might have done it a little bit differently. I don't know. But anyway, this is good. Mrs. Seymour, who teaches calculus and trig, she likes for you to know this form. It's important for calculus. I don't remember why, but it's important. But it's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. M is your slope. Okay, m is your slope. And then x1, y1, that represents a point that lies on the line. Okay, a point that lies on the line. And the little ones there, they don't mean anything mathematically. It's just indicating a location. Okay. All right. So we want to write an equation in point-slope form for a line whose slope is -1/2 and contains the point 3, -7. Okay. So that means that my m is -1/2, and then my x1, y1 is 3, -7. So I'm going to plug it into this formula, okay? And so I'm going to do y minus a -7, which becomes what? Y plus 7 equals my slope is -1/2, and then x minus my x1 is 3. And so it may ask you to leave it like that, okay? I can still identify the slope, and I can still identify a point that lies on the line, okay? They also might ask you to change it into slope-intercept form, which we will do later on today. Okay? Is your question? No? Alright. Now, this next one, it asks us to write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line. Now, you can do this by looking at the graph, which is, you can do sometimes, but not always. Or you can use the points. Okay, so we're talking about how to do it both ways. You get the same answer either way, but you need to know how to do it both ways. Okay? So if I just looked at the graph, I can use the 2 points that it gives me, and I can get the slope, okay? So I would have to rise 1, 2, 3, 4, and run back 1, 2, 3, 4. So my slope is a positive 4 over a negative 4, which is negative 1, okay? Then I can also identify my y-intercept, because I can actually see exactly where it crosses the y-axis. And it crosses the y-axis at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, positive 5. So that means that my b is 5, okay? And so it wants it in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. And so I can replace the m and the b, and I'm good. So I get y equals negative x plus 5. Okay, now, what if they didn't give us the picture? Okay, if they didn't give us the picture, and all they gave me were the 2 points, negative 1, 6, and 3, 2. Okay, if that's all they gave me, and they didn't give me the picture, we need to know how to do it that way as well. So if we don't have the picture, we have to rely on our formula. Okay, so we're going to find our slope, which you subtract your x's, and then you subtract your y's, and that ends up being 4 over negative 4, which is negative 1. Same slope as we got when we counted, right? Okay, then what we're going to do is, we don't really know what the b is. So instead of looking at the graph, I'm going to choose one of those 2 points. It doesn't matter which one, okay? You can do one, I can do the other, we'll get the same answer. I'm going to choose negative 1, 6. So I take this slope, and I take that point, and then I have to plug it into this equation. Okay? Remember, this is my m, this is my x1, and this is my y1. So I plug it in, and I get y minus 6 equals negative 1 x plus 1, because it's minus the negative. And so it wants it in slope-intercept form. Before, we just went ahead and left it in point slope, but if it wants it in slope-intercept form, you have to distribute. And that gives me negative x minus 1. And then add 6 to both sides, and I get y equals negative x plus 5. Which is the same answer I got up there, and it was kind of quicker if it was graphed, but more often than not, it's, you need to know this formula and how to work it. All right, any questions on what I did? Most everybody used the y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Did anybody not use it last year? Everybody did? Okay. You did not? Did you go to school here? Are you a freshman? Oh, okay. Okay, well, that's okay. You need to learn it, though. Okay? You need to learn it, because honestly, did you what? Did you go back and plug in and find b? Well, I would get to where this is easier, I promise. I taught it both ways, and I always have more success with this point slope than I do with the other. Okay? Alright. Okay. Here's another one. Just write the equation of a line for each pair of points in slope-intercept form. Alright, so they give us the x-intercept and the y-intercept. What does that mean for, what's an x-intercept? It intercepts the x-axis. What would the ordered pair for that be? Negative 3, 0. Negative 3, 0. And then the y-intercept to be 0, 4, right? Okay. And so I know my b, because it tells me that my y-intercept is 4. So that's my b. The only thing I don't have is my what? My slope. Okay? So I can use those 2 points and I can find the slope. So I'm going to do 0 minus 4 over negative 3 minus 0, which is negative 4 over negative 3. So my slope is 4/3. So again, I want it in slope-intercept form. And they give me this, I picked the slope. And they gave me my y-intercept. Oops, that's 4/3 x. Sorry, make sure you read the right thing. Y equals 4/3 x plus. Okay. Now, I want want you to go back and look at this one that we just did. See how my y-intercept is not really the y of either one of those. Do you see that? Okay, I have a lot of times I had people that find the slope and then they just pick one of the y's. You can't do that. They're different, right? Okay, so you have to plug it into the formula. Okay. All right. Here's another one. This time they give me a graph. All right. But if I look at it, it doesn't really cross at a very good point, does it? So I can find the slope, but I can't necessarily know the y-intercept. So I need to find two really good points. Looks like that's a pretty good one. And no, not perfectly. Looks like this right here is a pretty good point. Okay. So I'm going to use those 2 points to find my slope. Okay. And this point is located at 1, 2, 3, 4, -1. And this point is located at -1, 2. Okay. All right. Now, I can count my slope, right, because it's graphed if I want to. My slope, or I can use the formula. So I rise 1, 2, 3, and I run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's what? What is that? What's that slope?
3 over -5.
-3/5, right? Okay, but I don't know what my y-intercept is. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that slope, and I got to pick one of those 2 points. Okay, doesn't matter which one you want to use. -1, 2. Okay, so I'm going to pick this slope, and I use this point, and now I put it into this formula. Okay, so that gives me y minus 2 equals -3/5 x minus a -1, which becomes +1. Okay, and it wants it in slope intercept, so I have to solve for y. So I distribute the -3/5. Excuse me, -3/5 x minus 3/5. Okay, I'm almost there. I have to add 2 to both sides. Okay, these cancel, so I get y equals -3/5 x. Now I have 3/5 plus 2. In order to add fractions, you have to have common denominators, right? Okay, so what would 2 be so you had a common denominator? 10 over 5. So it's -3/5 plus 10/5, right? 10/5 is the same thing as 2. So what would that be? 7/5. And so my y-intercept, it's not even halfway, is it? It's 2, it's 1 2/5 or 1/4. So it's kind of in a weird spot. All right. Now here's some special types of lines: are horizontal and vertical lines. Okay, a horizontal and vertical line. Anytime you have a horizontal line, what's the slope? 0. Anytime you have a slope of 0, your equation is going to be y equals wherever it crosses the y-axis. Okay, so this crosses over the y-axis at 1, 2, 3, right? Okay, so the equation of this line is y equals 3. Because no matter what x is, y is going to be 3, right? Okay. If you have a vertical line, okay, it crosses over the x-axis. And so it crosses over the x-axis in this case at -2. So that equation is going to be x equals -2. Okay, and what's the slope of a vertical line? Undefined. So anytime you have an undefined slope, you know it's going to be x equals whatever the x coordinate is. Okay, because no matter what x is, no matter what y is, x is going to be the same. Also, I have had some people tell me that, let's say they gave you this and told you to graph it. Okay, so if I told you y equals 3, then you go to 3 on the y-axis and you draw a line through it. And people have told me that they think if you turn a y upside down, it makes an H. It means you know it's horizontal. Okay, and your x, if you cut it in half, it's a V, so you know it's a vertical line. Okay, So you have to be able to tell me what the equation is, and vice versa. Given the equation, graph the line. Okay? So what would, like, y equals negative 4? What would it look like? Horizontal line through negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it would be a horizontal line like that. Okay. Alright. Write the equation of a line that goes to the following points. What do I need to get through from this? The slope, okay? So if I did 6 minus 6 over negative 2 minus 3, that's 0 over negative 5. What is 0 divided by negative 5? 0. Okay, and what kind of line has a slope of 0? Horizontal. So the equation of that is going to be y equals whatever the y is. And it's the same in both cases, isn't it? So what's my equation? And if I graphed it, then I would go to 6 on the y-axis and draw a horizontal line through it. Okay? Alright? How about this one? 3 minus a negative 1 over negative 4 minus a negative 4. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0. What kind of slope is that? Okay, that's undefined. Okay, what kind of line is undefined?
Vertical.
Vertical, right? Okay, so it's vertical, which means it goes through which axis? The x. At what point? Negative 4. Okay, so we graphed it, you go to negative 4 on the x-axis, and you would draw the whole line through it. Okay, yes.
So, couldn't you just use the extra line?
You could, but more often than not, people don't think about that. So I wanted to go through the whole rigmarole of what you do in case you don't remember. He's asking, he sees that both of these y's are 6, so can you go straight to y is 6? Yes. If both of these x's are negative 4, then yes, you can go to x to negative 4. Okay? A lot of times people don't remember that. Okay, I want you to do this one problem by yourself, and then I'll let you go. Not let you go. Okay, come up with the equation of the line for 2, negative 6 and 4, negative 2. You have a line that passes through those 2 points. Okay, give me the equation of the line. Equation of the line. You need to find the slope, though. Do you think I can? What do you say? No. Something wrong here. What'd you get? Oh. Well, what I got. What'd you get? Y equals 2x minus 10 is what I got. Okay. Let's see if we can figure out what you did. Most important thing, knowing what you did wrong. What's the first thing we gotta find? Slope. Alright, so the slope, negative 6 minus the negative 2 over
I don't.
2 minus 4. That gives me what? Negative 4 over negative 2, which is 2. So my slope is 2. And then I have to pick one point. Doesn't matter which one. Which one do we want to use? Negative 6. Okay, so then we put it in our point slope form. So that's y minus a negative 6, because y plus 6 equals 2 times x minus 2. Then we distribute. Okay, we get y plus 6 equals 2x minus 4. And then we subtract 6 from both sides. And we get 2x minus 10.